Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the external style sheets in this video. Before I do get started, if you are new to this channel, I do recommend subscribing. I post every single day teaching you how to become a web developer, or rather a full stack software engineer. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So developers avoid mixing code by storing the HTML and the CSS code in separate files. HTML files only contain the HTML code, and CSS files only contain the CSS code. You can create an external style sheet by using the .css file name extension, like so, style.css. There you go, you have style.css right there. Within an external style sheet, you can write all the CSS code needed to style a page without sacrificing the readability and the maintainability of your HTML file. Let's go ahead and take a look at the HTML, index.html. Cut the CSS code rule set. So delete the remaining style elements. Okay, what? Okay, so cut the CSS code rule set in between opening and closing. Okay, so we cut it. Paste it directly. Oh, paste it, okay. Okay, so we have to paste it directly to the style.css. And then delete the remaining style elements, now empty, and press the run button. The font changes didn't take effect. Let's find out why it did not take into effect. So we successfully separated the structure, the HTML from the CSS, but the web page still looks bland. Why? So when HTML and CSS codes are in separate files, the files must be linked, otherwise the file won't be able to locate the CSS code. What this essentially means is, if you have a style.css and you have an index.html, how does that know that, what CSS file you're referring to? So that's when you can use the link elements to link HTML and CSS files together. The link element must be placed within the head of the HTML file. It is a self-closing tag and requires the following. The href, like the anchor element, the value of this attribute must be the address or the path to the CSS file, and the rel, which is essentially this attribute describes the relationship between the HTML file and the CSS file. Because you are linking to a style sheet, the value should be set to style sheet. When linking an HTML file and a CSS file together, the link element should look like the following. Link, again, it's a self-closing tag. You have href equals single quotes, paste it in, rel single quotes, and then style sheet right there. Note the example above, the path to style sheet is the URL. Specify the path to the style sheet using a URL is one way of linking. If the CSS file is stored in the same directory as your HTML file, then you can specify a relative path instead of a URL like so. So we can just use /style.css rel style sheet. Then using a relative path is a common way of linking a style sheet. Let's link the style sheet CSS to the HTML index. First, add a link within the head section. Okay, perfect, we have the link. Next, add a href attribute and set it equal to the style.css. Okay, cool. So you have href or hyperreference equals style.css. Take a look at the web page. Do you notice any changes yet? Not yet. Finally, add the rel rel equals set it to the correct value. Okay, we'll do style sheet, and voila. So keep an eye on the first elements or the first paragraph font. It should appear different from the destination's descriptions when your style sheet is linked correctly. Yep, that's exactly what we need. And we essentially, with this one line, we essentially just link that style sheet to this index file, and that's how it works essentially. So yeah, I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a great day.